Okay, today everybody, we're going to be talking about the Ledger Nano, and this is going to be what we're going to use for, well, one of the items that we can use for a hard wallet to actually save our crypto on. So today I'm just going to be walking you through the installation. So the first thing we want to do when you place your order, I went to Amazon to order my Nano, and I'm just going to show you. So this is the one I ordered, and it has and naturally that's the price I paid for it as well. So it is the Ledger Nano X hardware wallet. So all you have to do is go to Amazon or any other store you want to purchase it from. You're going to be fine. Once you get it, what you're going to do though is um, when it opens all the way up, it's going to, of course, be completely straight, but you're going to press that silver button. And when you do, there's sort of white letters over here. They're actually going to change, and it's going to tell you what's the next step. And so the first step that it tells you is to go here to ledger.com /start. And so that's pretty much what I've done. So it's called Ledger Live, and this is this is the website that you're going to go to. Again, it's ledger.com /start. It is printed on your hardware wallet, right? And you will see it come up in the white letters once you press the silver button on it. And you have to have it completely open in order to be able to see it. So now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the download. I'm downloading for Windows. You can, of course, because that's my my operating system, but you can download whichever one you feel comfortable with, depending on what you're using. So I'm going to be using Windows, and I can only walk you through what I'm using. So, but it should be about the same as far as the steps. So I have 1 second left. All right. So once the application has downloaded, you want to open up the executable file, and I'm going to accept this device application, and it's going to create its own little file here. It's just telling me that it's going to put the files that I'm going to be extracting from that download into this folder called program files /Ledger Live. And I'm just going to say install. Keep it at default settings is the best recommendation. So when you're setting up the Ledger wallet, when you first get to the site, you'll notice that it'll tell you that there's 4 steps that we have to complete in order to get our wallet completely set up. So basically, I'm just now completing step 1, which was the download and installing of the Ledger Live. So I'm going to say run and click finish. I'm going to keep my check mark in the run. Click finish. And it should open up the application. Now, the thing too is why this is installing. If you don't have pen and paper, you need to get some because you have to write down your codes, your recovery phrase, and keeping it on a computer or electronic device is not the best place or an ideal place for this. So I am going to get my pad. There it is. So I can write down my information as we go. So now, when you finish, apparently it's asking, it's telling you, it just says welcome to Ledger Live, right? So let's start by choosing how Ledger Live looks to you. You can change at any time, right? Dark, dusk, light. I'm going to keep mine at light and say get started. I'm going to select set up a new as a new device because this is my first time actually purchasing this tool. So now that I'm going to select the Ledger Nano X. The S, you're more than welcome to purchase. I'm not sure about the Ledger Blue, but um, I'm just going to be talking about the Ledger Nano X. So I'm going to click there and then say continue. And then I'm going to choose a PIN code. So I got my notebook and I really need to get all my passcodes onto one page. But you should be taking notes. So it says connect your Ledger Nano X to your computer. You're going to press both buttons to set up. So basically, you're going to hold your device in your hand, right? And you're going to press the silver button as well as and you should have it connected. There's your USB drive. So when you take your device out, I did this earlier, and but before you do the download, you want to connect and charge your USB device, your Ledger Nano device first. So I would say that took about maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Actually, I got this last week, so mine has already been charging, but I want to say I started to see the lights on in about 20 minutes after I plugged it in. So basically, this right here should already be connected to your computer before we put the PIN code in. So if you don't have it connected and it's not charged, you may want to stop the video and then come back, right? So here we go. So I'm going to I'm going to follow the instructions on the screen. It should be really simple. Connect the Ledger Nano to my computer, which is what I've already done. I'm going to press both the silver, excuse me, silver and the black buttons at so that I can get into the setup as a new device. And then it says press the left or the right button to select a digit, right? So let's select, and I should see this come up. And I did, and it says, of course, it says press the right button, press the left. And then as you read it, it says welcome as the first thing, and then it says um, um, to download Ledger Live at ledgerlive.com.start, then press right. Right means just press the right button, which is a silver button. So I'm pressing the silver button, and then it says press left or right button to browse through the menus and list. So I'm going to press the left or the right button to select a digit. I'm going to continue to keep pressing. It says now to press both buttons to validate a selection. So basically, you're going to have to follow the instructions, not really necessarily on the screen, but really whatever is showing up on your device. So mine says press both buttons to validate a selection, and that's what I'm about to do. I think I have to hold it. There we go. Well, that says battery at 90%. Exit the control center. Okay, so it looks like the black button. Well, I don't know. It says it's not. I'm not getting the pin number, the pin. So let me try and press both buttons to choose setup as new device. There's one more time. Hold both buttons. Uh, There we go. So apparently you just keep pressing the left or the right buttons in order to get to the setup as a new device. It is not, I'm assuming that I was pressing too fast. So set up as a new device and pressing the right button to select the digit. Oh, so once it gets to, I get it. So I gotta go back. So once you see set up as new device, so basically, this is so stupid. Okay, so basically once I connect my ledger to my computer, the next thing I want to do is you want to continue to press the keys until I see set up as a new device. Okay, let me see if I can start from here. So basically we're here at the choose your PIN code. And choose your PIN code, but as you can see on the screen here, it says to connect your Ledger Nano X to your computer, which I've already done. Then it says to press both buttons to choose setup as a new device. Really what they're saying here is to continue pressing your buttons left or right until you see the option that says set up as a new device. When you see the option set up as a new device, at that time you want to press both buttons, the black and the silver. And when you do that, you're going to see choose PIN code of 4 to 8 digits, right? And so basically what we're going to do is that we're going to either we're going to press either the black or the silver button in order to select the digit to identify which of the numbers there you want to use as your PIN code. So let's get started. So, and you have to press every time you want to go to the next screen on your Nano device, you actually have to press both buttons at the same time. So, the first digit I see in here is going to be a 6. Um, and I want to write that down. Well, let's just say I want to have I'm going to change, well, the first number I see in here is 6. But you can press either your silver button to go up, or you can press the, excuse me, the black button to go down. And so I'm going to use the code that I normally use. You're going to press both buttons to get to the next one. And the next number, you can either press up or down. And then when you do, you just continue to keep pressing. When you're ready to get to the next code, the next number, you press both the black and the silver buttons together. And I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to continue to keep pressing. And then I'm going to that again. And there we go. And once I put selected all 4 of my numbers, it gives you a check mark. Now, if you want to erase, then you can hit the button, but I'm going to keep the check mark, and I'm going to hit double buttons to say that I'm good with this. And then it's going to ask me to confirm my PIN code. So basically I'm going to hit those numbers. And then again, you're going to use your silver key to go up or increase, and use your black keys to go down or decrease the numbers. And then when you have selected when the number appears on your wallet, what you want to do is just press the both buttons at the same time. So I'm going to walk through that. Decrease here, and a different number pops up each time, so you um, you have to be paying attention. And there we go. And then I'm going to hit the double key again. Once you see the check mark, you just press the double key twice. Now, the next step is going to ask you to write down your recovery phrase. And you're going to need to, again, you would need to paper and pen for anything related to crypto. So let's see if you're going to press, and I'm going to click continue here. Now, apparently this is going to be 24-word recovery phrase, and it's the only backup of your private keys. So basically, you have to keep up with this information. So I'm going to write word number 1 in a position 1 on a blank recovery sheet. And then I'm going to press my right button to continue, and I'm going to until I have all 24 words. So I'll be back once I've completed all 24. And to get started, you want to write down, you want to press to get started, you want to press both keys again at the same time, both buttons, the black and the silver. And to move from one word to the next word, you would want to press the silver button. Make sure you write each of them in the same order that you see them. Okay, so I've actually written down all 24 of my recovery phrase, all 24 words, and I'm ready to move on to the next step. So I'm going to validate each one, and to validate it on your device, it tells you to press left to verify your 24 words, press both buttons to continue. So I'm going to press my black button to verify. And I'm going to hit double the words, and I'm going to confirm my recovery phrase. So hitting double, meaning that when I say hitting double, I just mean that you're going to be pressing your black and your silver keys at the same time. Confirm word number 1, which you have to go through. So to confirm the first word, okay, there we go. To confirm each word, you have to press both keys. Then you're going to scroll through and press until you see all the words. And this part, the 24-word recovery phrase, as you can see, is probably going to take at least 30 minutes to do the whole setup phase. I will return when all 24-word recovery phrase has been confirmed. Completing the 24-word recovery phrase, meaning that I've actually confirmed every word of the 24 words that they gave me. The thing to remember about this is that one, you're going to want to write down each one of your 24 words. You're going to want to number them because to look at the paper and then go back and forth between pressing the double pressing your keys or your buttons once you get to the numbers, because basically what's going to happen, it'll say recovery word number 12. And so you're going to make sure that you're on 12. And the best way to do that is to actually number your recovery phrase words. So what happens next is once you've completed the confirmation, you'll see a message that says processing, and the next thing you'll see a couple of seconds later, it's going to say your device is ready. When it says your device is ready, you can now, click continue, and it says you can answer your questions here on your screen. As you can see, and I'm going to go back for a second. So once you, what I wanted to point out here was one, that we followed all 3 steps, right? We wrote down the words. We pressed the buttons to continue to write down all 24 words. You come back and you actually confirmed all 24 words for your recovery phrase, and you validated each one. You validate each one by pressing your silver and your black buttons at the same time to move on to the next one. Anyone, and as you can see here, it just says anyone who gets your recovery phrase can take your crypto assets. So basically, that's why you want to write them down on paper. Because one, no one's going to break in your house and actually steal the piece of paper, but it's a possibility someone can steal your laptop, someone can steal your phone. I mean, come on, they're going to steal items of value, right? So, and you don't want to put it on your computer or your phone or anything like that, any electronic device, because they have a tendency to, one, to break. 2, if it doesn't break, then the software, we need to update. It can overwrite anything. You can also take the information. I would do it this way. I would actually, even though I've written everything down, I'm actually going to go back and email myself. So that way I can, my email, I rarely delete anything in it. I would suggest you do the same. Just email it to yourself. And that way you don't have to worry about where it's going. No one knows what it's for. Be as encrypted as you possibly can with it. So basically, it's just saying store your recovery phrase in a secure position or location, and never use your device supplied with a PIN code, or never use a device supplied with a PIN code or recovery phrase. So basically, don't log in someplace else with your personal information, your passcodes. We're going to click continue to move forward. So here we have our security checklist. Before continuing, it says, please complete the security checklist. 1, did you choose your PIN code by yourself? And we're going to say yes, because I did, and you should too. Did you save your recovery phrase by yourself? Say yes. And is your Ledger device genuine? And you want to select check now. And that's why you have to have it connected. So we're just going to let that run. Connect and unlock your device. Mine is already connected. It says connect and unlock your device. So in order for me to unlock my device, I got to press let's see, connect. I'm going to hit repair. I need to hit my double keys. All right. It says my device is ready. What happened here, just in case you run into it, if it says that device is ready, you need to press one of your keys in order to move on, in order to perform this genuine check. So basically, in order to determine whether or not your device is genuine, you're going to select check it. I mean, we're going to allow the software to check it. And in order to do that, you're going to have to press the double key. Anytime you need to make a choice, you have to press your black and your silver buttons when the menu pops up. So you got to be paying attention to your device because it will ask a question. I guess it didn't make a difference which option that you choose as far as whether or not if it was outdated or non-genuine, etc. In my case, I just went ahead and just selected one and it just went through, and it'll ask you, it'll say allow ledger control, ledger access manager. So when you allow the manager to come in, it'll actually go ahead and confirm your device is genuine. So once we've confirmed that our ledger device is genuine, and this is when we've given the software access to our device, and it comes back, as you can see, my check mark is here, and it's confirmed that my device is actually genuine. We're going to click continue, and we're going to set up a password to lock our account. I would recommend you choosing something that you can remember, but at the same time, make sure you write it down on your notebook or on your pad or whatever the case may be. And I'm just going to enter my password, hopefully. And you can, also skip this step if you want to. I don't actually recommend it. Gonna move forward. Click continue. Now, bugs and analytics, you can, this is just totally up to you on what your choice is. If you want to automatically report bugs, if you want to, basically, if something should happen if you run into an issue with your device, right? Basically, they're just asking for you to allow their software to collect whatever type of issue that you're having. We can't tell what it is, we just know that the device is not working. And it'll say, it's the same thing we would get on our Windows or your operating system. Hey, do you want to send this information back to Hewlett Packard so that we can have it to test, right? So that's basically what it is. I'm just going to leave mine as the default and continue. And now I get your device is ready. Now, after all of that, I can now open Ledger Live. So you want to read of course, your terms and conditions or terms of use. And as you can see, it's quite a bit of information in here. Crypto assets, your device application, fork, which means a change to the underlying protocol of blockchain, your ledger device, which is your electronic device. So just go through, take your time. I'm going to go through this and read it and go from there. So I'll be back in just a second. So now we finished getting our Ledger device actually set up. We've completed the install, download, got our 24 pass phrase set up. We've got our PIN code set up. So now we want to go into the application itself online or on our computers and see what's going on. What are the options? Set some preferences. Take a look at what's here. One of the options, when you see it, you may or may not see this, but it says buy crypto via their partner. The name of the partner is Coinify. I don't know enough about this company or their partner to know whether or not if that's an option for you to purchase, if it's a great partner to purchase Bitcoin from. What I would say is that you could take the time out to play around with it, go out and investigate it yourself. So at this point in time, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get it out of the way. And then it just, here it's just asking me to install some apps on my device. I'm going to go to Manager. And I should be able to see the information as it pops up. So basically, the first thing it's telling me to do, of course, is to unlock my device. I'm going to do that first. And don't forget, silver is to increase the numbers, the black is to decrease the numbers. And then, of course, you press both at the same time as you get to the selected number. And then when you see the check mark, you want to just press the double buttons again. And now my device should be saying unlocked. And there we go. So I'm gonna make this a little wider so we can see everything. And now you see, you know, your Bitcoin wallet, your Ethereum, all your different crypto that you can purchase, right? Here, want to go up to your portfolio. This is how you get back if you want to go into your manager, which is where we just were, right? So my device is already unlocked, so I don't have to do that again. But, and then of course you can just buy crypto. So basically the apps are installed. I don't have any apps installed. This is my first time using it. So right now we don't have anything set up. But the good thing is we can now go and move some of our crypto here. And in order to do that, basically, you know, it's just like anything else. We want to come in and, oh, okay. So in order to get the applications installed, meaning which cryptos, it's a better way to say it. It's not that it's a true application in my terms, but it's more so, hey, look, you want to send whatever crypto that you have to this account, then we need to install that particular crypto software, be able to access it. So I see that Ledger supports these particular ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. I'm sure there's several others, and those are the only ones that I would actually move, because if something should happen, or use those particular cryptos, I wouldn't use any others, simply because I don't know where you would get the support from. I'm going to try BTC. I'm going to say install. I'm going to hit install, and let's see. Right now we see that it's installing, and a percentage of it is complete. Let's get, and there it is. Now that only took just a few seconds. That was great. And now I can go here to add an account, and I can take that account, any account that I want to move my Bitcoin off the network to, I can bring it here. Now, the thing about putting it on a hard wallet is, one, is that you're just really moving your keys here, but you're not, the main reason to do it is, one, it keeps your money safe. Two, it does not fluctuate with the market. Basically, when we hit a certain amount of money in our accounts with these different financial opportunities, such as Cash FX, FX trades, perfect options, whatever we're using, the goal here is to move some of your Bitcoin from the site, but not have it fluctuate with the market. If you want it to fluctuate with the market, if you want to do the investing and you have time to do that, then you can just keep it in your Exodus wallet or something of the sort. But this right here is going to be more like a cold wallet, but just from the hardware side of it. So I'm going to select, as I only have this one application, I'm going to say continue. And I'm not truly going to put anything here. Open the Bitcoin app on your device. Okay, so in order to install the app on your device, you're going to scroll through your menus. So basically, we're going to press the silver key, and you're going to see Bitcoin. And what I'm going to do, once I see Bitcoin come through, I'm going to double click it, and it says application is ready. And you should see it changing. And as you can see, it came up with the Bitcoin 1 SegWit, which means segregated witness. And then, of course, the Bitcoin 1 native SegWit. And so I'm going to just keep mine at the native SegWit, which is just you don't want to, when you see this, it's just typically about the amount of fees. Don't go the cheap way out, because if you're like me, I'd be worried if my money don't move when it's supposed to move. you get what you pay for, right? So, but basically, it's all about the way that the transactions are moved as they're moving from on the blockchain, right? So now we're at the point where I can just say I'm going to leave my options selected as um, here as the default. My default one is Bitcoin One native SegWit. I'm thinking yours would be the same, and I'm just going to say add account. And it says, as you can see here, account successfully added. And then I can just say close. I'm not going to add any more at this time. And now you see my wallet is saying that it is at $0. And that's because I have nothing in there. But um, I should be able to go in there. And let's see if I wanted to. So when you click on, as you can see, once you click on the option for Bitcoin One, I can say receive. And basically, I want to, that would allow me to receive Bitcoin from any of the opportunities or the accounts that I have outside. And then they would just come here. So this is no difference than anything else that we've done in the past. You know how to transfer your Bitcoin from one account to another account. So to test it, what I would do is I would test it using my maybe Cash App, right? Send maybe $5 here to play around with the solution before you start to send any big money. You always want to send test money to make sure that the account works. Do not send large increments of money before you know that the everything works according to the way that it should. So send a few dollars, test it. If you see it and it got there in the amount of time that you expected it to, no issues, etc., then you know that you're good to go. So of course, if you want to send, you can always go here, put in the recipient's address or your wallet address of where you want to send the crypto to. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. It can be whatever you decided app that you downloaded. That's it. And if we want to, depending on how many accounts you have, you can star them or whatever. But I would take the time out to take a look around, go to, your settings up here in the upper right corner. You want everything to be displayed in US dollar. If you're here, your language, mine is going to be English or the system language. You can change your password, lock here. You can have it where your account auto locks for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want it. You can do it 1 minute, right? Or you can have it set for never. So I just have mine set at 10. I'll just leave it at standard. And of course, you can change whether or not you want to help Ledger improve their device or their solutions, right? By sending in the bug issues that we may encounter. So you go to crypto assets, you can see here, I just have the BTC. If I go to accounts, I can say hide empty token accounts, export. I can see the operation history. I can see my hidden tokens, but I don't have any of this. Like I said, it's my first time. You can see the about. My version is the main thing of coming here is just really to see your version so that you can know what support that you would need. Should you need anything, you can hit details to get more information. But as you can see, it's the Ledger Live version 2.60. I'm sure eventually there's going to be some new software version that we'll have to download. But right now, hopefully I'm up to the most current version, but I'll go and look a little bit later. If I needed help, I can go here to the Ledger support, and it looks like that would take me out. You can use it with your hard wallet. You can clear your cache, save logs. You have your device set up. We can, launch that, repair your Ledger device. So if anything should happen to it, you can always come here. So it's a lot of great help tools back here that we can use. And then, of course, they have their experimental features. I would not do any of this at this time if you do not understand, if you haven't gotten a clear understanding of what you have going on. So I basically just take your time when it comes to experimental, right? We want to make sure that everything else is working properly before we start playing around with other things. So I want to say I thank you all for joining me today. If you have any, all right, so this is the end of our session. Thank you so much for joining.